Alright, let's talk Cyberpunk 2077. Now, this isn't a video going to hate it because I personally love it. This is going to be a video that kind of shows and talks about goods and bads. First up, yes, this game was released at the wrong time. 2021 should have been its release date. Absolutely 100%. It was, aspects of it were unfinished, it was glitchy as hell, it just, a lot of it didn't feel right. It wasn't the game that we were expecting and honestly what we wanted. And yeah, I totally agree with that. For a lot of people that is exactly it. But I feel like there's a half and half when we say that. Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't Cyberpunk next gen sim of open world games that we were hoping that we would be getting. But there were parts of it that were actually pretty damn good. Yes, on release it was glitchy as hell, and my god, it was glitchy as hell. Now granted, I'm somebody who was there for Fallout 3, Skyrim, Fallout New Vegas upon release. I saw glitchy games with them. I was actually kind of okay with it. Not to say I didn't get glitches, I got a lot of glitches with Cyberpunk. But as somebody who played all those Bethesda type games upon release, I kind of was a bit used to it. And actually, funny enough, after playing Cyberpunk 2077 for the first time, I actually went and jumped into Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, which totally needs a sequel, by the way. And holy crap, that game probably crashed more times than Cyberpunk did, which was honestly a bit interesting for me. But, hey, it's what it is. Now, we've all talked about the glitches and stuff. It's over and done with, really. Yes, they were there. The patches on PC and Xbox, which I've played a lot of hours on, both systems, it's better. You still get glitches here and there, and they do need to get fixed. But for the most part, it's a very stable game. If you were to play it now, especially with some of the DLCs they've released, it's actually pretty damn stable. It's more stable than not most games, but it's more stable than, I'll say, a lot of Bethesda games are now. Which maybe says something about Bethesda games and their glitches, but hey, whatever. I want to talk about the positives, though. In the end, Cyberpunk 2077 did a lot of good. First up, their open world is a living, breathing world for the most part. At the start, some of the AI was a bit wonky, but for the most part now, they're actually pretty on point in how they interact and react and kind of go about their way. Police, a lot better now. They spawn further away, they send in drones first. It's actually kind of really well done how they've done it first up. Which CD Projekt Red has said they're going to keep going in the future. Well, most likely next gen. I am hoping upon making this video, I am hoping that they release, say, one more patch for 2021, but we'll see. Moving on into the game itself. The open world of Night City is beautiful. It still is. It has this life to it that just you don't feel in other games, other open world games. Honestly, I thought aspects of Night City were more lifelike than, say, Red Dead Redemption 2. Aspects, not full. Yes, I know Red Dead Redemption 2 is amazing and has a lot of realistic lifestyles, and, I'm not saying it doesn't, but there are aspects of the world that I think Cyberpunk does better. Because, most of the lively stuff, I think, happens when you're outside. When you go to town, it's kind of cool, but you kind of get that really cool source in Red Dead 2 when you're out and about and you're just wandering around, and then you see you get attacked by a deer, or you get these banditos coming in and taking you out. That sort of lifelikeness was perfect. But then it was kind of stock stat in aspects when you got into the cities and towns, at least for me. So just want to bring that up. But Cyberpunk it has that sort of feeling of an open world that's alive. You see the ships going in the background, people are still moving and stuff. It does feel alive. Not perfect, but I think actually for the most part it did a really good job. And this was kind of there even on release. It has gotten better with the patches, but it was still something that's kind of just been there from the beginning. Another one is Gunplay. The Gunplay is really, really good in this game. Really good. Not perfect, but then again, compared to other open world games with guns, it's actually really damn good. The abilities that you get, the upgrades you get, which was really well done, I think. I really enjoyed it. And this is something that actually, upon going back and playing Deus Ex, I was like, man, I can kind of see the evolution here. Pretty good. I mean, I would argue if you want to see what Cyberpunk's doing well, go back to Deus Ex and you kind of get a good idea there. And then you've got, well, even with the gunplay though, you've got a good amount of guns, good amount of customization. Nothing too crazy, you can slip and slide, go slow-mo with certain abilities and stuff, and just, it's really well done, and the guns are really fun and very futuristic. AI for the most part's okay, not perfect, but still probably, again, better in aspects. Like there's enough variation with the enemies that they do things that kind of make you on edge and have to like really pay attention during a fight. That's a really good thing as well. That doesn't really get much praise. But the big thing is, even though this isn't the open world sim that we wanted, the story and characters we got are pretty damn amazing. I'm going to argue, and I will always argue this, that 2077, when I first played it, it had characters and events and just story elements that still hold on with me today. Like Johnny, yes, he's Keanu Reeves, but holy shit, is he a good character. Even all the side characters you meet.
This is V. He's here for that BD role. And V, this is Judy. Best brain dance editor I know.
Enough already. Gonna make me barf.
Sensory sig amps, acoustic and emotive wave monitors. It's top shelf hardware.
Yeah, most of it's customized. Only thing factory are the casings.
Model this yourself?
What do you think?
Expression translator. Fuyutsuki, right? Thought the matrices on that series were fucked up.
They were, but swapping out matrices is simple. And this was the only model that'd support additional scanware. Alright.
They're freaking amazing. Even V, your character feels so alive. You know, it's just so well done. Even these side characters that have nothing to do with the main quest feel beautiful and alive. It does a really good job, and the variation of missions that you can play with are actually really well done as well. And you really want to go out into the map and check out all these different things. Like I can understand the hatred for this game, but I would argue a lot of the positives, if you're not dwelling on that overhype that we all had. Once I played the game, I kind of felt like the characters, the story, the gameplay, and the lively world outdid those high expectations I had for the most part. I still do play, and I still wish we could have had this and that, but the game still is going to get upgrades, it's still going to get updates, and it's still going to get those expansions. So who knows, maybe in the end of its lifespan, Cyberpunk will become that big game that we always wanted. But even if it doesn't, it still has great gameplay, great characters, great story, which for some people out there is all you need for a game. And then some, you know? I feel like this game gets a lot of hate for some dumb reasons. Valid reasons too. I'm not gonna lie. This game has a lot of valid reasons to be hated, in ways. But if you look at the positives and what works, and compare it to those ways, I think the good outweighs the bad. I'm just saying. For me, anyway. Another thing we don't talk about much is the fact that the relationships in this game are really good. First of all, Pan Am is just, damn, she's a very well-rounded character. She's, like, that beautiful badass in her own way, but then you get to know her and she gets torn down as a character. Like, damn, she's a great character. Kerry, you know, one of the bassist guitar players of the band Samurai. Just really well done. Everybody, even River, you know, this detective who just wants to do these, like, detective, you know, as a detective, and you just, like, you know, you bring him down, and you're like, wow, wow. Like, this game, characters and relationships that you build with these characters feel so real that I am surprised it hasn't gotten more praise. Like, I can understand all the stuff people hate in terms of a game form, but in terms of storytelling and an art form, it nails it 10 out of 10, better than most games. Like, I would argue aspects of it are better than The Witcher 3, Last of Us 1 and 2, you know, God of War. Like, there are aspects of all of those games, but done better in Cyberpunk in terms of characters and storytelling. I'm not saying they're bad, those other games are great. Last of Us 2, you know, you make whatever you want with that one, but overall, yeah, Cyberpunk just deserves a lot more. And it's gotten a lot less than what it deserves. Look, I get it. I totally agree that it was a disappointment in many ways, but in many ways it far exceeded my expectations, and I was blown away, and I still am. I love still playing it to this day, and I can't wait. Hopefully, finally, when it gets all the updates and all the DLC, and we can just be like, damn, great. Just give me a new game plus, and honestly, I'll be playing it forever. Anyway, that's Aussie Viking out. Just a little video on Cyberpunk, a game which I still love, and I highly recommend, especially now if you get it for cheap. You can get it for cheap, 100%. If you get it for cheap now, all the patches in it, as of now, of making this video, it's pretty damn stable. It isn't perfect, but it's pretty damn stable. And if you want a game that has fun gameplay, interesting open world, great characters and story, and then some, Cyberpunk's for you. It is absolutely for you. But yeah, that's me out. See you on Valor. Bye.